What's happening, everybody? Just wanted to do a video. As you can see, I'm a little stuffed up, so my voice probably sounds a little groggy or whatever. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about today basically is what's going on in Baltimore. And it's really been weighing heavy on my heart, for the simple fact that, it's a tragedy, but it's a tragedy that we have witnessed before. And one of the things that really hurts my heart is the people that can't understand the anger. Now, the rioting, I totally don't agree with that, but I can empathize with it. See, you take, a group of people that have been oppressed and pretty much have been told by various actions that, they don't matter. You take an organization like PETA, you wear fur, you're ostracized. They're throwing stuff on you. They're talking about the plight of the animal. We just had an earthquake in Nepal, and my heart goes out to them as well. And you have so many people, trying to raise funds to help them out. But here in our own country, in our own backyards, we have, African Americans that are being murdered. Now, we say Black Lives Matter because that's the movement right now. And, all lives matter. We know that. But right now, we're trying to show the plight of the African American man, 9 times out of 10 man. And, there's not being racist, there's not being anything, because when we had the plight against the Native Americans about, the Redskins changing their name, everybody was on board. So right now, this is just the reality of the African American man. Now, I think that, a lot of people, because we all have opinions and we're entitled to them, their opinion is these people are just, hoodlums and thugs. And we all know when somebody calls you a thug, what they're really saying. And that's only because the news is only showing that part. But there were hundreds of peaceful protests going on, but they're not going to show that. Now, I mean, you can ask yourself this: have you ever been so mad? Somebody made you so mad that you're balling your fists up and you're saying, "Oh my gosh, I just want to punch him in his face," because we all have been there. Now take that and multiply it by 1,000,000, and more people feeling that same way. And that's what's happening. See, a lot of people, that's all they know. To get your attention is to break some stuff. It's just misguided anger, but it's anger nonetheless that we all should feel. Back home yesterday, while everybody's protesting, we just had a 19-year-old get murdered, at the hands of the law. I mean, it's an epidemic that's just, it's sad. It's really sad. But what's even sadder is that we don't understand the divide and conquer, type of thing that's going on right now. They're dividing a nation. They're making it black and white when it's really not black and white. It's people out there protesting that's not black. You know what I'm saying? That's for the cause. So it's not just a black and white type issue. What it is the law type issue. All police officers aren't bad. They're not. That's just like all African American men wearing a hood aren't thieves. But it's the few who make it bad for all of us. And it's not just the few, it's when the things happen and there's no punishment. That's the problem, and that's the issue. But what I'm more concerned about is us, African Americans, we say, there's no need for peace. Peace has never done anything, but what has violence done? Like, honestly, what has violence done? We always try to speak about Huey Newton and the Black Panther Party, and we don't have that, this, that, and the other. But just to put something in context, do you really think that we can win in a war when we don't even make the majority? See, they expect us to do what's happening right now, so they can broadcast it live on TV, and they can say, oh, look at those thugs, out there being thuggish again. But if you look at the bigger picture, and what's happening is you're tearing down your community, but you're leaving the opportunity for these billionaire people to come in and build it back up and push you out. That's why they waited so long to call in the National Guard. That's why. It's a bigger agenda, because if you tear down something, you need funds to build it back up. And if you need funds to build it back up, it's not going to be us that build it back up. I mean, if you really, really want to think about, attacking the system or attacking the man, start at a level that you can control. Now, here's an example. I don't, but a lot of people stand in line when the Jordans come out, right? They want the Jordans. They want them. They want them. They want them, right? So you paying money for them. That tax money goes to, the cities and this, that, and the other. But we all talk about action, right? We all say we want action. We want change. Wouldn't that be a change? If we got together and stopped putting money into the very system that we feeling is oppressing us, that's how you get people's attention. Stop going to the stores and buying all of this stuff up that's not benefiting us. You want to stand in line, the J's, the Gucci belts, and this, that, and the other. Why not put that money back into the community? Support your own. And I'm not just saying black and white, but I'm just saying support your own. You got people out here that's striving to be designers, people that's striving to be hairdressers, and we'll go way outside the inner city or the city that you're a part of and put money elsewhere. I mean, these are the type of things that I think about. And then another thing is, think about this. We say we need leaders, right? But then when Al Sharpton's, he's on his way to Baltimore to this, that, and other, then you have people criticizing him. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with him. I'm really not. But at least he's putting a light on a subject. Now, we can't talk out of both sides of our mouth. We can't say we need representation, but then criticize the people that's going to try to help. It's all about coming together. And what they're doing on a bigger scale is they're just dividing us. They're dividing us. Now, it's people out there, like I said, you're entitled to your opinion. So you look at the actions and you're just seeing, oh my gosh, these people. But you can never get those type of people to understand the plight that we're going through. But you can shed a different light on on their viewpoint of it. I mean, people are posting stuff on Facebook and social media, making these memes of the guy that was dancing on the truck and this, that, and other, and they're having a laugh about it. But really, that's not funny. It's not funny. Some people were more concerned about Greg's Anatomy than what's going on. Now, when he first died, and when he first was beat, there were protests going on, but they didn't get the national attention. Not until they went out there and started burning stuff down. And for a lot of us, that's all we know. We just know to get out there. We're so mad and we just want to do stuff. Now, a lot of those people out there, they're just doing it just because. They don't even really know what's going on. A lot of people on social media are saying, hey, we need action, right? But then you scroll down their timeline and look at the stuff they're talking about. We say we want action, but then we'll support a young thug, right? Think about it. We get mad when they call us thugs, but we'll support Young Thug's music. It's all about policing oneself. I mean, my heart is really heavy because this is the world that we live in now. But I have boys that I have to raise to know how to navigate in today's society. And it's hard. It's really hard. I mean, if I get pulled over, I fit the description. The description of what? Whatever the case may be that day. But I police myself. I know my rights. I know what to be doing and what not to be doing. I know how to handle myself. And what we need to do is be more concerned about, like I said, it's not really the laws. It's the people that are enforcing the laws. Everybody's calling on Obama, the president, to do something. But what can he do? Congress really runs it. But how the representation of us in Congress is what? I mean, are we not striving to be there? Or do we just think that we can't be there? We talk about the police and this, that, and the other. Why are we not in droves signing up to be police officers? Why are we not in droves trying to be legislators? I mean, why are we not doing this? It's like we're comfortable with what's going on. Just like so many of us are comfortable in everyday life with what's going on. Yesterday, it affected me so bad that, I brought the heaviness home. And I had to apologize for that because, it was just weighing on me because, this is life. We have an African American president, so the opportunity is there. But when we have all of this stuff going on, it brings us back to reality, to that, yeah, we've came a long way, but we have so far to go. But I'm just not in the mindset of giving up. I just don't lay down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a fighter, and I'm a fighter by nature, but not only am I a fighter by nature, I'm a fighter for my kids, because I am responsible for putting them out in the world and preparing them. So you have to have that open dialogue. You have to preach change, but not only preach change, you have to be part of the change. Look at your everyday life. Scroll down your timeline. Think of what you were posting last year, but then think of every time we had something, the Trayvon, every time we had a national incident, then look at what you post, but your life don't match that. You preach, okay, yeah, they're doing this to us. They're doing this to us. They're doing that to us. But look at what we do to ourselves. And I'm not bringing that and making excuses. But what I'm merely doing is saying that we have to police ourselves. They say statistically there has been not more murders as far as cops than it has been in years past. It's just that social media has made a bigger platform that people are catching the actions. But people always say numbers don't lie. But I beg to differ, because people lie. So numbers can be construed. Think about that. Numbers can be construed. So when you hear CNN and you're watching Fox News and you're watching all of this stuff and you're seeing what they're saying, just remember, a lot of that stuff is propaganda and it's lies. It's really lies. So as you continue your day, just say a prayer for Baltimore. Say a prayer for Michigan, Detroit. Like I said, 19-year-old was gunned down, and it's happening everywhere. Everywhere. And we're calling on our leaders. We're calling on everybody to come in and save the day. But you know what? We're on ground zero. We need to be doing the same things that we want them to do. And that's just in everyday life. Attack the system. Don't attack your very, environment. Attack the system. Stop putting your money in their pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about the gangs that are coming together and, they're going to wage a war. That's a war that you cannot win. You're just falling right into the trap. You want to attack the police officers, the very police officers that we're protesting about that's getting away with murder. And you want to attack them? You want to give them probable cause to shoot you down in the street? As they're replaying, people burning stuff and this, that, that's not what you want to do. Attack the system. Let's let our kids know that they can be in Congress. Let's let our kids know that they can be in positions of power. Let's let ourselves know that what we do on a daily, just think about it. If you police yourself and everybody police themselves, it will make an impact. So I'm going to go ahead and close this off. But, I am very spiritual. And, I know a lot of people aren't. But I just think that in cases like this, that's when you need to lean on God. And a lot of people will say, oh, God ain't it. But come on now. We all just need to say a prayer and come together and understand that we can make change and we can be the change that we want.